Welcome to the Ottawa Senators Outlook, everybody. I'm your host, Jack. This is my trade line video and predictions. So, credit goes to puckpros.com for this. The site is 3 players the Ottawa Senators should trade at the deadline. I'll give you my thoughts on this and 2 players that we talked about at the trade deadline and what we could do with them. So, the first one, Victor Meat, the defenseman. So, he plays a big game. He is solid in all 3 zones. He does not take a shift off, so that's pretty good. He's 23 years old. He has a cap hit of $1.2 million. And this season he has 7 assists and 4 penalty minutes in 31 games. So 4 penalty minutes in 31 games, that's really decent. And now Chris Tierney is another one, the forward. So he's 6'1". He has a cap hit of $3.5 million. He's recorded 6 goals and 9 assists for 15 points and 12 penalty minutes in 51 games. This is really decent right now. So 51 games in only a total of currently 58 games is how many Ottawa has played. And he's played 51, 12 penalty minutes. That's really good. And then the last player on this list, the former Maple Leaf Nikita Zaitsev. He has a cap hit of $4.5 million, and it says here he could be a good second pairing defenseman on a playoff ready team. In 34 games this year, he has 1 goal and 4 assists for 4 points, 20 penalty minutes. So obviously that's not looking good right now. And a cap hit of 4.5, so that's not good at all. And then the final 2 players that I'm going to mention here, Nick Paul and goalie Anton Forsberg. So we talked about Nick Paul a lot. We talked about Anton Forsberg. So if you check all the media and all that, you'll probably know what's going on there. But I'm going to give you my predictions right now, and this is just honestly what I believe. Victor Meat. We could trade him. I'm not saying we are, but he could be a possibility. Right now, I'm saying we should not trade him at the deadline. That could be a potential off-season move. Chris Tierney should definitely stay, in my opinion. I think he's been playing pretty decent, even though he doesn't play as great as obviously Josh Norris, Brady Tkachuk. He actually does play pretty decent. And then Nikita Zaitsev, we should definitely trade, but the question is, should we do it at the trade deadline? If we don't do it at the deadline, that he's definitely going to go in the offseason, in my opinion. I think he should go. Nick Paul, at first in the rant video against the Coyotes, I said we should trade him at the deadline. I feel like, just like Victor Meat, we could do that as an off-season move. I mean, there's another month left in the year, but let's see what he could do. But I think he should be good enough to last throughout the rest of the year. Anton Forsberg has to stay. There's no doubt about that. He's the best goalie for Ottawa right now. 13 wins. That's the team's leading goalie. Even though you have Matt Murray and then once in a while Philip Gustafsson. But again, Anton Forsberg is one that we should definitely keep. There's no doubt about it. No debate. So that is my trade deadline video predictions. I don't think we're going to do anything at the deadline. I don't think we're going to trade, but I feel like those that we might trade, like Nick Paul, Victor Meat, possibly. Victor Meat's up in the air. I'm not saying he's going to get traded at all. I'm not saying he's going to stay, but that's up in the air. I'm saying we could trade Nick Paul. I think we should definitely trade Nikita Zaitsev. Zaitsev needs to go. I mean, hasn't done anything. So, but I feel like all the trades that we might do are going to be off-season moves. So we're not going to do anything at the trade deadline, and then there you go, off-season, there you go, which is pretty much in a month. So yeah, that's my trade deadline predictions. We're not going to do anything, but all the trades will definitely be done in the off season, which will probably be after the Flyers game on April 29th. So, I'll have my weekly preview and prediction in a few minutes. This is Jack from the Ottawa Senators Outlook, and go Sens go.